He packaged it in a language as though we have a new beginning. The vice president is part of the government, and we are seeing only 2 women in cabinet, and the vice president is sitting there. Mr. Speaker, if the president has any concerns, his duty is to fix it with only 2 women. The daughter of the founder of this NDC, Zaneto Rawlings, is missing. Haja Ladi is missing. Helen Intosu is missing. Where are the women in this?
The man of the movement, Honorable Afenyo Markins, the minority leader, has been trending. You know, ever since the NPP went to opposition, Afenyo said, Honorable Afenyo Markins, and so Ejini Dinye Pa Ewonten time for DNO. So, and I said, when it comes to Ghana, Honorable Afenyo Markins has been trending, and then people knows him for his comments, and I said how he's going to express his view aggressively. They will be see and then some of the questions that we know that they are not relevant, but this man is going to ask. How can you tell someone all bad vetting say answer bobo? All this, it is possible. But you know, a lot of people admire the posture of Honorable Afenyo Markins, me Yadana Rough, because of say the man is very, very aggressive. Or no, now when you say the warrior and when you say but they will be see put here at the end happen. One way your bemo looking so bad. You know, after say John Dramani Mahama, Ekin kind the State of the Nation address, Godfather sorry. What's what he there baby so much. I Kwame Dramani Mahama. Because of say Honorable Afenyo Markins. Watch it, and then this is the first appearance John Dramani Mahama has made ever since he became the president of the republic. Now, according to Honorable Afenyo Markins, what say Nana Yadawasipi and just watch John Dramani Mahama Abona Baso say baby so what do mine Bruno and I say Otimi Rene with this huge vote, you know, or Omuni Nadanasi, which is the NPP. Then when you were ready at the Abbey, so Honorable Afenyo Markins drop punchlines upon punchlines. Minuka say in Kawaye, musician Bianca Becca say Bianco a rapper. Because the way the guy dropped the basses, I just what the man John Dramani Mahama back to back, you know. Honorable Afenyo Markins is a god on its own. According to Honorable Afenyo Markins, the president of the republic is say the plan of the year Jumane if less more divide. If less, more divide. Now, according to Honorable Afenyo Markins, she said, Sadeni Swa, John Mahama, the Adjimbi, Ghana forward to the stance that there so many committees, so many presidential staffers. But Honorable, when it comes to the presidential staffers, have you forgotten that under Nana Rodanko and the Baumia administration, not Dr. Baumianko as the vice president, the presidential staffers, they were 100 and something. And I know that it is not possible. Now, if the vice president in one presidential staffers is 120 something, imagine the president himself. So according to Honorable Afenyo Markins, tactics now John Mahama Ebono, as if said there is something new, as if there is hope for the people of Ghana. Now, Honorable say, hey, ready na yalo. Ahanum ABJ show, Mr. Kai, so be subscribe. After so we are share link in the for. And the next thing is you do or to leave a comment. Yenti asama Honorable Afenyo Markins, the micro minority leader. Now he's like the mighty micro minority leader. Yenti Honorable Afenyo Markins in Sema or Toto de Man, John Dramani Mahama.
Speaker, the president again says that he has delivered less ministers. But it is clear that his strategy is, if less, more divide. You have appointed few ministers, but more and more and more presidential staffers and more committees. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. The President again.
Honorable members, please.
The President again came to this House with a familiar story, the usual lamentations. He packaged it in a language as though we have a new beginning. Mr. Speaker, if the President has any concerns, his duty is to fix it. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, His Excellency, the President has announced to us a cabinet of 19 with only 2 women. The daughter of the founder of this NDC, Zaneto Rawlings, is missing. Haja Ladi is missing. Helen Intosu is missing. Where are the women in this government? The Vice President.
Honorable members, please, order, order, order.
The Vice President is part of the government, and we are seeing only 2 women in cabinet, and the Vice President is sitting there. In percentage terms, we have only 10% of women in cabinet. Mr. Speaker, the President again, as part of his lamentations, is telling the nation that through some arrangements, they have been able to do 2 things. Pay domestic bonds that matured, and then also they have successfully done some financial engineering to pay some energy sector debt to keep our lights on. My question is, Mr. Speaker, has the President any budget? This is the budget he inherited, the revenues he inherited that he has used for this purpose. The same government is condemning. Mr. Speaker, he has today told us that we have 2.2 million Ghanaians unemployed. But what he has forgotten, that in his administration, in less than 100 days, all we know is sack them, sack them, sack them, dismiss her, dismiss her, dismiss her. Mr. Speaker, on the streets of Accra today, the youth of the country are saying that Mahama Bakun termination bebre. Mr. Speaker, we are happy to hear from the President that he is going to launch the Nkokon Kitinkiti. We are happy to hear this, but we are curious because only yesterday we heard of a confirm. Mr. Speaker, the president talked about the school feeding program, and in his submission on the school feeding program and the status of it, he said that they are now feeding the children well. What he didn't say was that at the time he assumed office, the previous government had paid every single one of the caterers.
Okay, so that's the mighty man, Honorable Afenyo Markins, the minority leader. You know, ever since, as I mentioned, say NPP co-position, this man has been very, very hot, aggressive, and then he's trying to hold the NDC accountable. But when they're accountable when it comes to money, by this time around, as what people so jagu mu echemangasa. My people, now as some Honorable Afenyo Markins, fabe bina working. Sometimes like Yembakin is said the warrior on so yeah, because of say now the NDC MPs they are not talking, so we have to get someone who is going to talk for them, and that person is Honorable Afenyo Markins. Ahanum ABJ show. Mr. Kaiso best subscribe. I think so we are share link in the mouth, and the next thing is to do or to leave a comment.
This is the BJ Show with Boatin Josant. Don't forget to subscribe.